Hey, welcome back to Hot Dog Sports. This video is part of our series analyzing the 2021 Major League Baseball charts of all 30 Major League Baseball teams. We do this in preparation for the 2021 Major League Baseball Fantasy Baseball season, of which we specialize in. We want to determine who will be playing regularly, where they may end up in the batting lineup or in the pitching rotation, and so on and so forth. Today we're going to look at the St. Louis Cardinals. But before we begin, take a look down below and subscribe to my channel so you can stay in touch. I'll see you on the other side of the introduction, and watch on. So let's get started. We will begin by looking at the Cardinals starting rotation. Jack Flaherty is the Cardinals' #1 starter. He was drafted by the Cardinals in the first round of the 2014 draft. Thus far in his career, he has pitched a little more than 400 innings with just shy of 500 strikeouts in the majors. He's done really well on strikeouts. Though he only has a few more wins than losses, his career WHIP is a very low 1.07, and his ERA is 3.37. This is over his career. For those who do not know what WHIP stands for, let me explain. In some fantasy leagues, this is a very important measure of pitching success, so you need to understand it. WHIP stands for walks and hits per innings pitched. This measures how effective a pitcher is at keeping the opposing batters off base. The best pitchers in this category have WHIP close to 1 or possibly lower. Looking at the rest of the starting rotation, we have Kim, McCollis, Wainwright, and Martinez. It's an experienced staff with a few big questions to be answered. Kim is an experienced South Korean left-handed pitcher who joined the squad last year. Mikolas, who previously played with the Padres and the Rangers and a stint in Japan, has been with the Cardinals since 2017. However, he missed the entire 2020 season due to an ongoing surgery to repair a flexor tendon in his right arm. Wainwright is a 39-year-old veteran of the team with a bounce-back year last season, and Carlos Martinez, another veteran with the team, but only 29 years old. Former closer with a lot of talent. Flaherty is a strong #1, and only time will tell with the rest of the starting rotation. Now let's take a look at position players. Recently signed for the 2021 season, the lifeblood of the Cardinal team, Yadier Molina at catcher. Though Yadi might not be a great fantasy baseball pick, he is the most important player for the Cardinals to have any success in 2021. At first base, one of my favorites and considered a gentleman of the league is Paul Goldschmidt. Goldie had his best season with the Cardinals batting .304 last year, and he is a strong fantasy player over the years in a stacked position, which is first base. Tommy Edman will take over at second base with Kelton Wong not being re-signed, and the signing of the year for the Cardinals, Nolan Arenado, is taking over at third base. Arenado has been considered one of the top third basemen in the major leagues and a top fantasy pick. He excels as a hitter, both for average as well as power, which includes home runs and RBIs. Not to mention his defensive strength, which is unparalleled. In fact, he is the only infielder to win the Rawlings Golden Glove Award each of his first 8 years as a player in the majors. He'll be surely missed in Colorado. Rounding out the infield is Paul DeJong at shortstop. He has been with the team since his major league debut in 2017 and unfortunately had a shortened season last year after testing positive for COVID-19. The outfield and other key players include Dylan Carlson, Harrison Bader, Tyler O'Neill, and Matt Carpenter. Carlson is a 22-year-old outfielder who got some playing time last season. Harrison Bader, like DeJong, made his major league debut in 2017 as a Cardinal, but he has struggled as a full-time player. When he is right, he is a spark plug in the lineup. O'Neill is getting an opportunity in right field, and veteran Matt Carpenter is slotted as DH and will help out as utility backup and a pinch hitter. Let's take a look at who's coming out of the bullpen. The Cardinals have a ton of arms they are looking at for the 2021 campaign. I would keep my eye on two pitchers in particular. Jordan Hicks, who is slotted as the #1 closer. He is one of the hardest throwers in the major leagues, having been clocked at throwing as hard as 105 miles per hour. My goodness. Also, Andrew Young, 35-year-old left-handed veteran, obviously, could be used as a left-handed specialist, setup guy, or closer. Obviously, the rules regarding the minimum number of batters a pitcher must face might come into play when talking about left-handed specialists. So the question is, who from the Cardinals do we need to watch for fantasy baseball? Number one, I would say, on the pitching side, would be starting pitcher Jack Flaherty. Has an opportunity to be the #1 starter on a very good Cardinal team for 2021. It gives a lot of opportunity, and if he throws with the low whip and low ERA that he has in the past, he could be a valuable asset on a team in fantasy. Paul Goldschmidt at first base. If he has a good hitting season, another great prospect. Nolan Arenado at third is without question one of the best third basemen in all of baseball. And closer Jordan Hicks. He provides a lot of opportunity if the team is successful to close out a lot of games and have a lot of value for a fantasy team that way. In deeper leagues, let's say National League only leagues, possibly Yadier Molina at catcher and Paul DeYoung at shortstop. These are the players I would look at from the Cardinals of St. Louis. Thank you for watching Hot Dog Sports, where we're keeping you in the game. See you next time.